Hi everyone, I'm Miss Briana from the Hopewell Branch Library. Welcome to a new episode of our virtual book display. Today I'm going to share with you some new titles in our Juvenile Fiction collection. Our first book is Sydney and Taylor Explore the Whole Wide World, written by Jacqueline Davies, illustrated by Deborah Hawking. Sydney is a skunk and Taylor is a hedgehog, but no matter how odd the pairing may seem, their friendship comes naturally. They live happily in their cozy burrow, until the day Taylor gets his big idea to see the whole wide world. From mountains taller than 100 hedgehogs, valleys wider than 1,000 skunks, to the dangers that lie in the human world, Sydney and Taylor wanted to see it all. With a map and a dream, they bravely set off, soon discovering that the world is much bigger than they realized. Charming, full-color illustrations and a laugh-out-loud story make this chapter book perfect for fans of the Mercy Watson and Owl Diaries series. Albert Hopper, Science Hero, Blasting Through the Solar System! Written by John Himmelman. In John Himmelman's early chapter book series, Albert Hopper is a frog and a science hero. He seeks to explore the world and beyond, generating laughs and imparting STEM wisdom as he goes. Science hero Albert Hopper and trusty junior science heroes Polly and Tad are ready for their next adventure. This time they're blasting through the solar system. As the heroes float through the sulfuric acid clouds of Venus, dodge the solar flares of the Sun, and weather the space storms of Jupiter, their science smarts are put to the test. Anything can happen on this hilarious ride in Albert Hopper, Science Hero Blasting Through the Solar System. Stella Diaz Dreams Big, written and illustrated by Angela Dominguez. Stella is happy as a clam in 4th grade. She is the president of the Sea Musketeers Conservation Club. She starts taking swim lessons, and she joins a new art club at school. But as her schedule fills up, school gets harder too. Suddenly the tides have turned and she's way too busy. Stella will be in an ocean of trouble if she can't keep her head above water. But with her trusty Sea Musketeers by her side, she hopes to make her big dreams come true. Based on the author's experiences growing up Mexican-American, this infectiously charming character comes to life through relatable storytelling including simple Spanish vocabulary and adorable black and white art. A Place to Hang the Moon, written by Kate Albus. It is 1940 and William, age 12, Edmund, age 11, and Anna, age 9, aren't terribly upset by the death of the not-so-grandmotherly grandmother who has taken care of them since their parents died. But the children do need a guardian, and in the dark days of World War II London, those are in short supply, especially if they hope to stay together. Could the mass wartime evacuation of children from London to the countryside be the answer? It's a preposterous plan, but off they go, keeping their predicament a secret and hoping to be placed in a temporary home that ends up lasting forever. Moving from one billet to another, the children suffer the cruel trickery of foster brothers, the cold realities of outdoor toilets, and the hollowness of empty stomachs. They find comfort in the village lending library, whose kind librarian, Nora Mueller, seems an excellent choice of billet, except that her German husband's whereabouts are currently unknown, and some of the villagers consider her unsuitable. A Place to Hang the Moon is a story about the dire importance of family, the one you're given and the one you choose. This is a wonderful story for fans of The War That Saved My Life and other World War II fiction. The One Thing You'd Save, written by Linda Sue Park, illustrated by Robert Se Hung. If your house were on fire, what one thing would you save? Newbery medalist Linda Sue Park explores different answers to this provocative question in linked poems inspired by shijo, a traditional form of Korean poetry. When a teacher asks her middle school class what one thing they would save in an emergency, some students know the answer right away. Others come to their decisions more slowly, and some change their minds when they hear their classmates' responses. A lively dialogue ignites as the students discover unexpected facets of one another and themselves. With her ear for authentic dialogue and knowledge of tweens' priorities and emotions, Linda Sue Park brings the varied voices of an inclusive classroom to life through carefully honed, engaging, and instantly accessible verse. Noah McNichol and the Backstage Ghost, written by Martha Freeman. Break a leg. That's what you say to actors when what you mean is, have a good show. Anything else is bad luck. When Miss Magnus literally breaks her leg, 11-year-old Noah McNichol and the rest of the Plattsfield Winklebottom Memorial 6th grade players are left without a director for their production of Hamlet. Coach Fig comes to the rescue, sort of. He'll direct, even though he's clearly more interested in whatever's happening on his phone than in directing. He doesn't even know upstage from downstage. But then something weird happens. Out of nowhere appears a strangely dressed old guy named Mike. He tells Noah he has theater experience, before disappearing. Poof! Noah has some investigating to do and some decisions to make. Like, does he care more that their new director might be a ghost, or about getting to make his stage debut? And who is Mike, and why has he decided to help? As things get weirder and weirder, one thing becomes clear. The show must go on, and Noah will do whatever it takes to make sure that happens. This rowdy and delightful middle grade mystery is filled with backstage fun, relatable family drama, and maybe even a ghost. The Deepest Breath, written by Meg Grahan. 11-year-old Stevie is an avid reader and she knows a lot of things about a lot of things. But these are the things that she'd like to know the most. 1. The ocean and all the things that live there and why it's so scary. 2. The stars and all the constellations. 3. How phones work. 4. What happened to Princess Anastasia. 5. Knots. Knowing things makes Stevie feel safe, powerful, and in control should anything bad happen. And with the help of her mom, she is finding the tools to manage her anxiety. But there's something Stevie doesn't know, one thing she wants to understand above everything else, and one thing she isn't quite ready to share with her mom. The fizzy feeling she gets in her chest when she looks at her friend Chloe. What does it mean, and why isn't she ready to talk about it? In this poetic exploration of identity and anxiety, Stevie must confront her fears to find inner freedom, all while discovering it is our connections with others that makes us stronger. This is a beautifully written middle-grade novel in verse, perfect for fans of Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World, Star-Crossed, and George. The Year I Flew Away, written by Marie Arnold. It's 1985, and 10-year-old Gabrielle is excited to be moving from Haiti to America. Unfortunately, her parents won't be able to join her yet, and she'll be living in a place called Brooklyn, New York, with relatives she has never met. She promises her parents that she will behave, but life proves to be difficult in the United States, from learning the language to always feeling like she doesn't fit in to being bullied. So, when a witch offers her a chance to speak English perfectly and be American, she makes the deal. But soon she realizes how much she has given up by trying to fit in, and along with her 2 new friends, one of them a talking rat, takes on the witch in an epic battle to try to reverse the spell. Gabrielle is a funny and engaging heroine you won't soon forget in this sweet and lyrical novel that's perfect for fans of Hurricane Child and Front Desk. One Jar of Magic, written by Corianne Haydu. Magic is like a dream, delightful, terrifying, unreal. Rose Alice Anders is Little Luck, lucky to be born into the Anders family, lucky to be just as special and magical as the most revered man in town, her father. The whole town has been waiting for Rose to turn 12, when she can join them in their annual capturing of magic on New Year's Day and become the person she was born to be. But when that special day finally comes, Rose barely captures one tiny jar of magic. Now Rose's dad won't talk to her anymore, and her friendships have gotten all twisted and wrong. So when Rose hears whispers that there are people who aren't meant for magic at all, she begins to wonder if that's who she belongs with. Maybe if she's away from all the magic, away from her dad telling her who she's meant to be, who she has to be, Rose can begin to piece together what's truly real in a world full of magic. This novel from the critically acclaimed author of Eventown is a hopeful and empowering tale set in an enchanting world of magic and mysterious family secrets. Perfect for fans of Anne Ursu, Rebecca Stead, and Wendy Ness. The Hatmakers, written by Tamsin Merchant, illustrated by Paula Escobar. The most important rule to follow when you hunt for hat ingredients is this: keep wildness in your wits and magic in your fingertips. In Cordelia's London, magic is real and is woven into objects created by the 5 maker families: the hat makers, the boot makers, the watchmakers, the cloak makers, and the glove makers. Growing up in her father Prospero's footsteps, 11-year-old Cordelia Hatmaker has learned the family's ancient skills and secrets, so she can one day make her own enchanted hats. When Prospero and his ship are lost at sea during an important ingredient expedition, Her grief-stricken aunt and uncle must turn their attention toward fulfilling a decree to create a peace hat for the king. But Cordelia refuses to accept that her father is gone for good and desperately begins making plans to find him. Then the peace hat is stolen along with the peace boots, watch, cloak, and gloves. And Cordelia realizes that there is a more menacing plot against the Makers Guild, and that Prospero Hatmaker's disappearance may be connected. Cordelia must uncover the truth about who is behind the thefts if she is to save the Makers and find out what really happened to her father. Full of magic, surprise, and adventure, Tamsin Merchant's sparkling debut introduces a captivating heroine and her extraordinary world. The Elephant in the Room, written by Holly Goldberg Sloan. It's been almost a year since Sela's mother traveled halfway around the world to Turkey, hoping to secure the immigration paperwork that would allow her to return to her family in the United States. The long separation is almost impossible for Sela to withstand, but things change when Sela accompanies her father, who is a mechanic, outside their Oregon town to fix a truck. There, behind an enormous stone wall, she meets a grandfatherly man who only months before won the state lottery. Their new alliance leads to the rescue of a circus elephant named Vida, and then to a friendship with an unusual boy named Matteo, proving that comfort and hope come in the most unlikely of places. A moving story of family separation and the importance of the connection between animals and humans, this novel has the enormous heart and uplifting humor that readers have come to expect from the beloved author of Counting by Sevens. Winterbourne Home for Mayhem and Mystery, written by Ali Carter. In this sequel to Winterbourne Home for Vengeance and Valor, there are 5 orphans, 2 sword-wielding vigilantes, 1 mansion, and no rules. April thought she had her happy ending. After all, she has her new house and new friends and new guardian. But she also has a very big new secret. The kids of Winterbourne House are the only ones who know that Gabriel Winterbourne, famous billionaire and terrible cook, is really a sword-wielding vigilante. What they don't know is that he's not the only one. When a masked figure breaks in looking for something or someone, it's clear that Gabriel has met his match, and now no one is safe. April and her friends will have to solve a decades-old mystery in order to hang on to the most important thing in the world, each other. If you'd like to place a hold on any of the books I shared with you today, you can visit our website at www.mcl.org, or you can download the My MCLS NJ app. Books can be picked up on days when we are open to the public, or by appointment on our contactless days of operation. Please check our website for our current hours of operation. Thank you for watching!